Welcome to Blitz Bling, the LSU Sideline Series, where deep tradition meets game day glam. Host Bunnie Cannon, daughter of LSU's legendary Heisman winner Billy Cannon, and Yael Lofton, who's worked in LSU football operations for nearly 4 decades. Both bring their extensive experience to the show with history and insights into the world's greatest athletic program. You'll have a sideline seat to the most electrifying show in college football from 2 people who have been on the inside of the program since 1987. They'll talk to the coaches who've shaped dynasties, former players chasing greatness, the fans who bleed purple and gold, and the behind-the-scenes MVPs who make it all sparkle. It's tradition, it's pride, it's legacy, and it's grit, all with a little shimmer on the side. So buckle up, Tigers. This is Blitz Bling with Bunnie Cannon and Yael Lofton.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the future of skincare and plastic surgery at Stevens Plastic Surgery and Skincare Aesthetics. Our newly renovated location combines the latest technology with advanced treatments to deliver results you can see and feel. Stevens is setting a new standard in skincare and plastic surgery, offering personalized care, precision procedures, and a space designed to inspire confidence in every patient. Experience the difference today.
I got to say, I'm a little fanned out because you are one of my favorite LSU players in the history of LSU.
Wow.
Yeah. I have just loved you for many reasons, but one is because you were one of my dad's favorites. But I was talking to a colleague yesterday in the office about you, and one of many conversations we have about you, and he said, there was life at LSU before Kevin Faulk, and then there was life after Kevin Faulk.
Yes.
And I said, but tell me about that. And he said, he was the transformational player that when he came to LSU, all the kids in the state started coming, because before then they were leaving and going other places. And so I thought that was interesting.
I've gotten it a lot now since I've been done playing and just done with kind of ball in general, and understand it and get it now. It's kind of one of those wild things because it's not nothing that I was trying to accomplish, but it happened and God's plan and everything. But it just comes back full circle, and just how my mom raised me, who I am, and what our standards were as far as family. And I tell this story all the time. It was because of family of why I chose LSU. I almost went away, like a lot of the other guys did. But in everything I do, I ask God to give me a sign or something just to show me what direction I need to go. And in that particular decision, my daughter was my sign.
Wow.
That's right. Have you ever heard that story?
I have not.
Okay, Kevin, you got to tell it.
Well, like I said, in every decision that I make, I've always looked up to God and asked him to give me a sign and show me which direction I need to be going. Not to give me the answers, but just show me which direction. Well, in that particular situation, my last 3 visits was LSU, Florida State, Florida, where we drove. First one was LSU. Kind of knew what that was because every weekend it was family atmosphere if I would come to a LSU game. So kind of knew that feel.
And that was DiNardo? That was the coach then, or?
We really didn't have no coach at that time.
Oh, okay.
He was just coming.
Just
coming on, but he really wasn't. Okay. So drove to Baton Rouge, left Baton Rouge, drove to Tallahassee to Florida State, and from Tallahassee we drove to Gainesville. Then we drove back. After the Gainesville trip, we driving back, and my wife, she's pregnant at the time, and we stopped probably 15 times on the way going back, and we're not knowing. Not understanding. And my mom, who was a nurse at the time, not paying attention to the little signs. Well, we get back home about 2 hours later, going to the emergency room. Well, while we were on our way back, her water broke, and we didn't realize it. So she had my daughter right when we got back from the Florida trip, and me holding my daughter was like,
wow.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So that was one of those stories.
Oh, my gosh.
But I tell you, we had been recruiting Kevin since, 8th grade?
Yes.
Or earlier. Coach Michael Haywood had been, on it with Kevin, and he would come to our camps. And so Kevin was already a stapled name at LSU for a long time before he even started playing.
Yeah, it was Coach Nader. Coach Nader.
Sam,
Coach Nader was on it. I came to a 7th grade camp that my middle school coach sent me to, and did well. And from that point on, I kept coming to camps, and Coach Nader just kept how
Like
you
he
say that,
does.
keeping the relationship going,
Yeah.
like he still does.
Yeah.
He still
Keeping the
does.
relationship going, and it just turned out that, look, relationships make a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
So when you went from high school and you came to LSU, how was your transition from? Because I'm gonna ask you the transition from high school to college, and then from college to the pros. The transition, the difference in, I guess, strength, the difference in speed. How does someone who's 17 years old coming from Karen Crow all of a sudden look up in there in the middle of Tiger Stadium?
It's amazing. First of all, amazing. The thought of being in that stadium before a game. Standing, I tell this story a lot. Some people, they always ask, what is one of my most fondest memories of being at LSU? And I tell them, there was a point in time when we walking out before a game, and the band is here, the cheerleaders are all there, and we stop underneath the goalposts. And there's a certain time that we have before we go out. Well, the fans would be cheering, and at that time it was at 100. It was like 75 to 80,000 people in the stands.
Still, that's a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah.
And it would get quiet right before we was about to run out. Well, Coach DiNardo let me walk out about 5 feet in front of the team, and that's when Raise the Roof was in, and I would just do like this, and the whole stadium would go crazy. I don't think they understood what that meant to a 18, 19-year-old kid growing up in Karen Crow and being able to feel that energy. I always used to say that was my my boost.
Your boost.
Yeah.
Going into the game to start the game up in Tiger Stadium. That was one that I would never forget, ever.
Well, when you go in there, so we've been on the field. We've had the honor of being on the field for many different things. And when you're in the stands, it's one thing. But when you're on the field and you hear that, it takes your breath away.
Yeah.
It never seems to surprise me for any big game that they have in Tiger Stadium. The number of people that are on the sidelines, the number of celebrity that's come to a game, and you're like, why are they at this game? This is just a regular game, but everybody wants to experience that feel. It's been for a very long time that Valley has been talked about as one of the most fierce stadiums and the most exciting stadiums to go watch a college football game in, and it is still that. It's amazing we're talking about it because I have a friend of mine who I played basketball with in Massachusetts whenever during the off season, and we played at the Reebok plant, and he texted me. He messaged me on Facebook saying that he was coming to the South Carolina game. Well, I didn't realize the South Carolina game was the same weekend of the Saints Patriots game.
Oh.
So he's going to the Saints Patriots game, and he was like, I always wanted to go to a football game at Tiger Stadium, and I was praying that there was a home game, and bam.
Oh, wow.
And he's coming to Tiger Stadium. So there's just
awesome.
some of those things that, people still want to be and come and see and experience
Yep.
Tiger Stadium.
And sometimes we take it for granted because we're here, and we've been to so many games.
Right,
But for
right.
people who haven't, I mean, the look on their face, their eyes open up wide, and they just they soak it all in. And now they have the light show.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Now
Right
we've
there.
upped the
You took it right
game.
out of my
Yeah.
mouth.
It's
now
amazing.
you just want to dance because you got that boom going
Yes,
on.
and it's all throughout the whole entire game.
Right,
At the
right.
different times. I know. Even as long as I've been with LSU, and I'm not always on the sideline for pregame, but this past week I was because my grandson came. We wanted to take some pictures down there, and those first few notes, those still make me have chills, and I've got tears, and they're like, yeah, what's the matter? I'm like, y'all just don't understand. It's just that powerful that it never gets old. Never gets old.
No matter where you go.
Yeah,
No
right.
matter where you go, when you hear that first, bum, bum, bum,
That's it. You
the
just
head
can't
pops
help
Head
it.
up.
goes up.
Yeah.
Well, I want to start doing this.
That's right. Go, Bunny. Go,
That's
Bunny.
right. No, that's the last thing you want me to do is dance.
Same here.
No dancing
Same
here.
here. Same
my
here.
goodness.
So, but you have, I actually went through and noted the different Hall of Fames that you're in. And you're in 4. Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, recently the College Football Hall of Fame, the Patriots Hall of Fame, 3-time Super Bowl champ. What is the one thing that sticks out most in your head as the thing that you're most proud of?
The longevity with everything. Understanding that it takes patience for everything that you do. The college football thing came out of nowhere for me, but like my mom always said, God has perfect timing for you when you're feeling down, and He always does something to pick you up. So the college football thing was kind of the most surprising because of the time frame that it happened. I've always thought that it probably would have been later on in life, probably 10, 15 years from now, just because of looking at past players, especially from LSU, that have gone and after their careers was finished, how long it took for them. And that was just my mindset. But when that letter came in the mail, it was like, wow.
That's impressive.
Yes, one of the moments it was like, wow, okay. But again, like I tell people as I'm getting older, my dad always tells me it's not what you know, it's who you know. And sometimes it's people you rub elbows with every day that you see, that you probably don't see every day, but when you do see them, how you treat them, they remember that and they understand that. And that's what a bunch of people that's making those big decisions up there. So
Yep.
you got to remember that, and I try to teach kids that all the time.
Well, you do a good job of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Try to.
You do.
and crazy part is I'm not a big talker. I'm actually just
But it's
starting.
actions. It's his actions.
Yeah.
I'm actually just starting to kind of express who I am, but I'm not a big talker. It just comes with it, and that's another thing that God is trying to pull out of me right now.
Somebody told me once that leadership is, I think 90% of leadership is just showing up, and you're always there, and those kids know you're there, and so the fact that you're there and you're there for them, it's huge. I mean, most of those kids that are in there, I mean, they were in elementary school probably when they were watching you, so you were like, you know, you were like, I don't know, like.
It's crazy you say that too, because I meet some people now. It's like, man, I was in 7th or 8th grade whenever you was playing, and I'm like, okay, stop saying my age now. Okay, I know they got a good idea, but you really giving them answers to the test.
I know.
That's when you say give. That's when you give them your phone. You're like, yeah, 12-year-old can fix your phone. Go do that for me.
My
That's right.
10-year-old granddaughter is. I'm not understanding what's going on with my phone. She's like, give it here, Papa. Give it here.
So what is your So I'm always interested because I grew up with my dad, right? And
Right.
So I know what it's like growing up with someone like that. What does she think about you, and does she truly know who you are yet? Because she will at one point, but does she know? Does she kind of know who you are?
Kind of now.
Yeah.
Very intelligent, pays attention to everything. My oldest, and that's Ava, pays attention to everything. We came to a football game probably 2 years ago here, and in the middle of the day, she's like, "Papa, are you famous or something?" I'm like, "Why you say that?" Because there were so many people coming up to you, shaking your hand, and they wanting to take a picture with you. Are you famous or
I
something?
love that.
I'm like, when I was younger, I did a few things. What you mean? I told her, I said, I'm gonna show you later on when we get home. And we got the internet now, so you can show.
Yeah.
She's like, you was okay, huh?
I love it.
And it was just yesterday. My grandson, he's starting to play tackle football now.
Oh wow.
He's 7, 8 years old. Started kind of late, but that's good. I
Yeah.
never want to force him into playing. But he's starting to play tackle football, and they put him at running back his first day of practice.
Oh wow.
But he told the coach he wanted to be a receiver or a quarterback.
Oh.
But I coached his coach. So his
so
his coach is like, okay, just stay back here and watch the running back. Watch the running back. And my son said he put him in at running back and never got out from running back until like 5 minutes left in practice. And so the coach told him, he said, you need to go watch some film on the running back, okay? So he's like, who should I watch? And his coach looked at him. Yo, Papa.
Your papa. I love that. They'll know one day. It
Oh,
took
my
me a
goodness.
long time to figure it out. I was an adult before and actually probably 35, 40 years old before I truly realized the impact.
It's gonna be a little different for them. It's gonna be a little older because times have changed. They get a little more access. They start to understand, and I think she's actually starting to understand because she's starting to use that against me now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, ammunition.
Look, those grandkids, they can get anything they want from you.
Anything they want.
Oh,
And
yeah.
okay, funny thing, we were leaving, went pick them up from school the other day, and we was going to the store, and the oldest one always asks to get down with me at the store because she knows she get down, she's going to get something.
That's right.
Yep.
Every once in a while, you got to say no. Oh, I said no.
No, you don't.
Every once in a while,
don't.
Miss Bonnie, you got to say no. I said no, and I was joking, and I really didn't say no. I just laughed like, and I walked out the car. But my wife said, Papa said no. Oh, I got back in the car. I did not hear her, did not see her until later on that evening.
And what did you have for her later on that evening?
Come on, Miss Bonnie, you ain't got to say nothing. You know I had something.
You had something for her.
You know I had
'Cause
something.
those pawpaws don't like
Oh, no.
disappointing.
No, not at all. Not at all. But they get it every time.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
does
well.
Lofton. Mine too.
Well,
In
that's
fact,
what you're supposed to do.
the last I had missed a couple of. He's playing flag football, and so I wasn't able to come to his first couple of games because of the radio show. So he called me last Wednesday and said, "Yeah, you haven't been to any of my games because of your work." And I said, "I know, but," he said, "Well, I think you need to come tomorrow, and I need a prize." So he FaceTimes me, and I had to take a picture of what was on his iPad while we were FaceTiming. He loves Sonic Lego stuff right now. And he said, "See, yeah, these are your options." Give me options.
That's hilarious.
So
It's
what does
amazing.
Ya
That they
do?
can
She
get a
goes to
list.
Walmart and gets it. And last Thursday, that's when he saw me first thing, he says, "You have my prize." I said, "I have your prize."
That's hilarious.
I love-
Spoiled.
Oh, they are
We
spoiled. I call
spoiled
it
them.
well loved.
I feel sorry for the parents.
Yes.
Feel sorry
That's
for the
it.
parents.
That's it.
But you know what? If you're going to have them, you might as well spoil them.
Amen. And he's my only one, so
Spoil
I'm
them with
just-
certain things, though. Make them work, but spoil them too.
Yeah, that's
Don't make them work too much.
Not
That's
too
right.
much.
Not too
That's
much.
Not too
That's
much.
Well, today we have on our 20
Yep.
stickers in honor of Bunnie's dad, Mr. Billy, and the Ole Miss run.
Yep.
So since we're playing the Rebels this week, we're all sporting our 20s. So I love that.
And I actually have a picture that I was telling you last week that every time I go down my hallway, I think of you because there is a picture that's hilarious. And I should have taken it off the wall and brought it because I tried to look for it online and I couldn't find it. That was a picture of y'all the last time he was in Tiger Stadium. Like he passed away that next month.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see, but
That was definitely something alumni-ish because we all got matching shirts on. And
yeah, I
stuff.
think it was like an L Club or maybe a gridiron event.
Oh, you know what? That was the gridiron, the last one of the gridiron
Yep.
fundraisers we had
Upstairs.
upstairs
In
in
the
the
stadium.
club. And
It was April 23rd.
yes, and Mr. Billy was there that night and talked a little bit. And yeah, I remember that. That's right, that was.
So when I go in my hallway, there's a picture y'all took when they did a promo for Death Valley, and they did something, and on the stadium they would have you talking, and then my dad talking, and whatever, and you had the letter jackets on, and you're laughing, and I'm thinking, who said what? Because the laugh, it was priceless.
That was a moment because there was maybe 9 to 10 of us.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less, but it was like Mr. Cannon,
Stovall,
Stovall,
Casanova.
Dorsey. It was a bunch of guys,
The
and
who's who, yeah.
it was just a conversation we was having, and somebody said something, and it was just so hilarious, and we all just.
I had that picture blown up, and it's on my wall. And when I go down the hallway, I look at that picture every day, and it just makes me smile.
I love
Because I remember showing up, and I'm like, wait a minute, because I showed up in shorts, like plain shorts, not like dress shorts, and then just I'm like, what is this going on here? Oh, I'm like underdressed here. It's like just put on the jacket, you'll be all right, buddy.
fine, that's right. You can wear whatever you want.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's my favorite picture ever.
Laughter is such good for the soul, you know.
Even in the bad times, you gotta laugh.
That's
Oh,
You
definitely,
gotta find something to laugh at.
definitely.
That's right.
So tell us about your pro career. What was it like knowing Tom Brady and all those people?
It was awesome. I was one that always sat back, observed, paid attention, and that was exactly what I needed to do while I was up there.
There you are.
And
Yeah.
I think one of the things for me in my pro career, what really helped me out was playing quarterback in high school, and understanding defenses and being able to read a defense. Because whenever that guy came, it was very. You knew if you knew what he knew, you were going to be successful on that play.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me to understand what he understood, that was awesome for me because I kind of knew what was happening before it was about to happen because I put myself in quarterback mode and looked at defenses and understood what was about to happen. And then whenever Randy Moss came, it just enhanced that much more because him talking about coverages and what he sees in DBs, that really helped me in understanding a DB, even like when they was trying to disguise coverages or when they were blitzing. Some of the things that he shared with me got me to understand a lot more of what a DB might have been thinking about.
Yeah.
And the crazy part to me was when people used to say that, oh, Randy Moss, he quits on routes. He runs deep and he just quits. Not knowing when you're just a player from the outside, nah, that wasn't it at all. He understood defenses. He understood that after 12, 15 yards, his job was done. He already took the cornerback, the safety, and maybe the backside safety with him.
Wow.
So his job was already done. So for him to say, I'm going to run 25 more yards full speed, I know I'm not getting the ball. I know one of my other players, other receivers is going to get the ball because I done got 3 of them with me.
Yeah.
So for me to understand that and understand how he understood the game, that was positive for me as well.
When you would get the plays, like, there's a playbook, and how did you get those? Did you get them on an iPad or did you get them on paper?
Oh, no.
How did that work?
There wasn't iPad. There was no iPads then. It was paper, straight paper.
Okay.
Which was good for me because I was a little detailed, old school. I highlight me, what I'm doing. So that kind of got me. Once I learned what I was doing on the play, then I would learn the whole play. And then learn
what everybody's doing.
And then learn what everybody had to do. And people were like, why you do that? So you just never know.
You never know where that ball's going to go.
Well, I'm going to give you a prime example. One day we were in a game, and one of the receivers lined up wrong. And I'm supposed to go in motion to the left. Well, the receiver went in the receiver already lined up left. Well, I knew that he was supposed to be the outside receiver on the right-hand side. So I just motioned to the right-hand side and ran the route that he was supposed to run, come back to the sideline, and coach is like, how did you know that? I'm like, well, I know the whole play, coach. I know what everybody does. And what people fail to realize is from that point on, coach understood that I understood the game of football.
Yeah.
I was a ball player.
Yeah. I love sitting and watching. The thing that I missed the most about my dad was talking to him on Sundays after the game, because I'd say something. I'd say something about a play, and he goes, "No, you got to go back a few plays," and then he'd walk you through it. And I'm like,
"Yeah."
I mean, the ones that are really good are a master of the game. They're almost like a statistician, almost.
You need to watch me in the L Club suite during the game.
During a game,
I'm like 5 seconds ahead of the commentators.
Yes.
And Emily Dixon, she's in there like, how did you? I'm like, it's just me.
Well, you know it.
I know the game.
That's
I
right.
understand
the
the
knowledge.
game.
Yeah, knowledge is power, and
That's
he's got
incredible.
And sometimes I got to keep quiet. Well, a lot of times.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That's okay.
That's why my favorite place to watch a game is in my house,
Ooh,
because I
tell
can
me about
scream
it.
and holler and do all kind of antics that I want.
Tell me about it. It was a funny story Saturday because about 11 o'clock, I get a call from Rohan Davey, and he's like, "Hey, Kev, our little podcast stuff that we're doing, we ain't doing it tonight after the game. So you good? So you can go home after the game." I'm like, "Okay, cool." He's like, "So what you gonna do?" Probably not going to the game.
Yeah.
Probably gonna watch it at
Watch it
home on the couch.
That's right. That's right.
It's
Exactly.
when you work there so long, it's weird to not be there.
I was looking at my phone the whole
time.
like somebody's gonna call, ask me where I am.
Yeah.
Why I'm not there. And I was like, I didn't get the call. Okay, all right. I'm going to hear about it, though. I know somebody's going to bring it up eventually.
Yeah. So I worked every game until COVID, and then pretty much didn't. And I'm just now getting to the point where it's like on a Saturday, you just get ready to go, even though you don't have to go anywhere. And it's kind of liberating, but I do miss a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I miss the people. I like going to see the many different former players, their wives and kids, how the kids have grown up. You know, each week is going to be a different group of people. Now, you have your groups that come every week, but each week is going to be a different group of people that's from out of town that comes to a game. And I love that aspect of it and just catching up.
Well, you've done so much for LSU. You've coached. What are you doing now? Tell everybody what your role is now. And
I still work for athletic administration under Verge, Scott, and all of them. But it's very flexible. I do a lot of speaking engagements around the state.
it's like a PR, public relations,
Pretty much,
outreach.
pretty much. But they let me. I'm on my own a little bit. I dabble in the oil field a little bit. I cut grass. Started lawn service with my son. We cut grass in the Lafayette area and the Baton Rouge
Do
area.
you have a riding lawnmower, one of the kinds that have all the
Zero turns? Yes.
Oh my gosh, those are awesome.
I enjoy it. Me and my wife was talking this morning, and she was like, "I'm starting to see that you're really enjoying this grass cutting thing." And I started to tell her, I was like, "Yes, I do. It's very relaxing.
Yeah.
Might get you thinking a little too much,
Mm-hmm.
but it gets you thinking. But if you have something going on, it's the best thing to do is just get on a lawnmower and just ride and think about what you're doing."
Yep.
But I enjoy it. One of the things I love doing is sitting out in the flower bed and just pulling weeds.
Oh wow!
Well, can you come to my house?
Now that's going to cost you now.
Look, we'll pay.
I will pay.
Certainly will pay.
Oh, I know.
But the thing about that is, what I've learned, I meet a lot of different people doing that. People don't be like, "You doing this?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah.
And you get to meet a lot of different people.
That's
And
right.
sometimes you get to meet some people that you really don't want to, but
Yeah.
a lot of times you're meeting a lot of good people.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people out there.
Yes,
Sometimes you
yes.
got to look hard to find them,
A little bit.
depending on where you are.
A
But
little bit.
You know, but I've always said, and I know Kevin's heart too, our ministry can take us anywhere God puts us, right? Whether it's, pulling weeds in a flower bed, cutting grass, being the iconic LSU player and pro player that he is, God uses us in every walk that we're in, you
Yep.
know.
Adapting.
Yeah.
So just adapting to what's going on. That's all.
That's right.
what would you tell the next generation of kids coming up?
Man.
Not just football, anybody.
Well, the crazy thing for me is I relate sports to a lot of things because that's how I grew up. The team atmosphere, the team building, not being selfish, patience, sudden change. Because there's sudden change in sports in every second pretty much.
Yeah.
You go through a basketball game, a tennis game, a volleyball game, the sudden change in those sports will happen so frequently. It's like, wow. That's life. That's how life is a lot. So for the younger kids, just pay attention to a lot of things that go on. Me and my wife was talking this morning again. We talk a lot. Morning times.
Tish is amazing.
I think I would like her.
You would.
Morning. Now, yes. Now that we're older and we get the opportunity to sit down for about 45 minutes each morning, just sit down and talk. And
That's great because a lot of people don't.
I know.
right. And just talk about where we are, where I am, and how I'm feeling, and it's really been helping because you need that sometimes. You have to have that, especially in your marriage,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
especially if you've gone through a whole lot.
And you have to
Yeah.
have somebody who knows you too, who knows what makes you tick and what doesn't. And
I'm pretty sure she knows me pretty
Oh,
well.
she
We,
knows
Yeah.
him.
We've been together for 35 years.
Yes,
We've been
exactly.
together since the 7th grade.
Yeah. Isn't
Wait.
that something?
wait till y'all are together. It's like 65 years.
Look, I tell every time we go to church, every Sunday, there's always there. Is anybody celebrating an anniversary? Anybody that stands up over 40, 50 years, I'm like, I'm trying to reach that.
That's right.
I'm trying to get there. I'm gonna get
You
there.
will.
You'll get there.
You
You'll
will.
get there. You'll have
Absolutely.
great grandchildren
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
still looking up to you.
That'll be nice. That'll be nice.
So tell me, what was it like when you won the Super Bowl? Any one of them? What's your biggest memory of the Super Bowl? Was it like the confetti falling down on you, or the I'm going to Disney World?
I, the crazy thought part, the first one was home in New Orleans. So that there was a lot of mixed emotions in that one because the 2 weeks prior to that game, we had played the AFC Championship game against the Steelers, and I didn't play a whole lot in that game. And coming in, the Monday after that game, Coach Belichick, offensive coordinator, brought me in. It was like, hey, look, we know we didn't play you a whole lot that game. There were certain reasons why we didn't play. And I understood that. I knew why they didn't play. I wasn't upset or anything, but I was grateful that they just brought me in and told me. And it was like, well, we're going to make a package for you for the game. You're the sixth. We was playing the Rams. He's like, you're similar to Marshall Faulk, so we're going to have a package for you similar to Marshall Faulk. We worked on that package all week long. And we get into the game and forgot what I did, something small, and I didn't do it the way they wanted. And it was kind of like they were scrapping that whole package they had for me in the game, and I kind of got aggravated and kind of blew up on the sidelines a little bit. Coach calmed me down. And got back in the game, not much. Probably played maybe 5 or 6 plays in that game, but I played in that game. And after the win, it was like, wow, okay. Won the Super Bowl, we went party. That very next morning, I called my agent, was like, hey, get me up out of here.
Really?
Get me up out of here. And crazy, my agent, who's from Lafayette, he lives in L.A. now, first thing he told me, trust in God. God has a plan.
That's a good agent.
Trust in God. He has a plan. That we're gonna talk later. Few days passed, and he was like, "What you thinking?" It's like, "Still want to get up out of here." Like, okay. I'm gonna give him a call. Gave him a call, and they talked, and it didn't work out that I got out. Obviously, I was there for 13 years. So
Yeah.
another time came was year 6. When my contract was up, and it was like, you want to leave? And I'm like, my kids are getting older. They're in school. I'm not going to leave for $250,000 to go make $250,000 more. I'm comfortable here. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the reasons why I was like, nah, we staying here. And that's how we stayed in New England for 13 years. But it was like some of the best 13 years of my life, just growing, different culture, like compared to being here. Mm-hmm. Compared to how we was raised, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir. You go down there, it's like, oh, no, don't disrespect me by calling me ma'am. No, I'm like, my mama taught me that, and my mama didn't go. I don't want to see her face tonight.
That's right. I know.
Because your mom will be on you.
Right. Yeah, but they understood, and from that point on, the love up there was just tremendous.
And when you go back, they still love to see you, don't they?
Like, even the younger, you're like, oh, I'm watching. My parents had me watching you when I was younger. And their fans are as passionate as our fans, but just a little different.
Yeah.
Just a little different.
Yeah. Well, one reason, I say this every time, and I probably don't need to say it as much, but one reason we wanted to do this is because there's so many people at LSU and around LSU that do things on a daily basis that don't get recognized. And you probably get recognized by people more than most, but thank you for everything that you're doing for this generation and for these kids, because for some of them, I would imagine you're their lifeline, and we just can't thank you enough for all you do for our school.
Oh, no problem at all. I think why a lot of us guys are not getting that recognition, like you say, is because we're really not letting anyone know what we're doing.
Well, that's our job to tell them.
It's that quietness, we're doing something on our own. Sometimes we want to do it on our own, just to see if we can actually do it, something like that. And the building relationship with some of these kids is awesome. I could tell anybody right now, I loved coaching the running backs when I was at LSU, but I really enjoyed the player development aspect of it, because it was more than just about football. It was about getting to know the guys and understanding who they were, their families and everything. That I really enjoyed that the most about coaching and stuff.
Yeah.
I tell you what, just the impact that Kevin had on so many people and still does is immeasurable.
Oh, I can only
You know,
imagine.
and the player development side is, to me now, more important than ever. Yes, the coaching the game, but it's what so many of our kids, I think, today only identify themselves as a football player. When that playing days might be over, a lot of them are lost and don't know what to do. And I think guys like Kevin and Eddie and people like that that have been staying around our program and still involved with us shows them that's not all who they are.
Yeah.
That's their love is football, but that's not really their full identity. There's a whole lot more to these kids, and when they look back on their life, even if they are fortunate, as Kevin was, to play in the league for 13 years, some of them won't make that. Might be one or two, and some of them not at all. But I think when Kevin was there with us, he instilled that into those guys. That's not just who your identity is.
Using your resources.
Exactly.
We would go to study hall like once a year. They would have like a guest speaker, and we speak. And me and Jeff Martin, we would actually be a couple of the speakers for the presentation and everything. And we would always tell the guys the relationship that you build right here in this little auditorium is going to go a long ways with you, and you need to understand that. And we always use the example of some of these guys that's sitting in the front row, and most of the guys sitting in the front row were walk-on football players.
Wow.
We told the guys that's the starters that normally sit up top in the middle, try to hide.
That's right.
Those guys that sit in the front, those are the guys that you're probably going to be calling for jobs later on in life. So you need to get to know them real well.
Wow. That's incredible.
And
Because it's true.
Yeah.
It's honestly the guy's true. Because a lot of those guys are not going to go play football, going to advance their football career. They're going into the business world.
Yeah.
Right.
They're getting into the business world early. So whenever you're done, that's a conversation you need to have.
That's right.
I think it's 1% of the kids coming out of college go into the pros.
Oh, it's very small.
Yeah,
It's very
1%
small.
is I think what I read. And with NIL, I worry about the kids too because they're making money in school, and then what do they do?
Yeah.
We had a conversation. Not going to say the kid's name. Me and Austin Thomas had a conversation, and he was just like, because I asked him how everything was going. He was like, it's going good, getting a very better hold of everything.
Right.
But when you get a hold of something else comes up, and you don't understand, you don't get it.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, now I'm dealing with like a kid that was probably making $100 and something thousand, $200,000 while he was in college. Didn't make a professional football roster. Now he's making a 50, 40,
And I worry about that.
$1,000, knowing that they probably didn't.
They didn't
And it's
save.
not
Yeah.
a bad thing to say it. They probably didn't do the right thing and save that or invest that
Right.
money because that was something that came emotionally quick, fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this for my mom. I'm going to do this. And by the time you do everything, it's like, wait a minute. I wanted to invest this, but I don't have enough to invest. Well, I'm going to just use it for this.
Yeah.
And it happens a lot.
And at 18 to 22 years old, I'd have done the same thing.
Right.
I did do the same thing.
I'd be buying purses and jewelry.
Oh,
and-
yeah. All kind of good stuff.
I'm going to leave you alone.
I
now.
know. Oh my goodness! According to Andy, I still buy all that, but
You have to do things that make you happy. You work all day long. You
That's
need to
it.
whatever you need to do.
That's it.
Well, I could sit here and talk to you for 2 hours.
know.
Would you like to have coffee one day? Because I still have a lot of questions.
He's the best. I tell you what. And his wife Tish. When I tell you, the woman behind the man, she's the woman behind this man. I tell you, and I love her. And their family is amazing. And we've been through a lot of stuff together. And the Lord has pulled us through all of it. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't think of y'all.
I appreciate it. Thank you
Amen.
very much.
Absolutely. Do we want to do this lightning round?
Yep. You
All right.
want to take it?
Yeah, you go first. You say the first two, and I'll take the last two.
All right. What is your favorite LSU tradition?
Oh, walking down the walk.
Pick
That
you
is
up.
becoming
Yep. I
that's
think
the
so,
number
too.
one so far.
Yeah.
Relatable.
Yeah.
You may not shake everyone's hand, but you're seeing.
See everybody.
You're visual. You're like, for them, the fans, it's like they're touching you
Yes.
as a player, and you got to feel that energy.
And that's important.
Right.
For both sides.
Absolutely.
Ain't nothing like a drunk person yelling your name.
Oh, yeah. Who's had a
Can't beat it.
couple drinks before
Right,
noon.
right.
That's right.
Who is the toughest defender you've ever faced, college or NFL?
Ooh. Ray Lewis. Smart, very intelligent, but very tough. Understood. Me and him sat down. We had a conversation one day. He was actually spoke at the coaching clinic at LSU one year.
Yes, that's what I was fixing to say. I remember that.
And me and him sat down for about 45 minutes to an hour just talking about football and talking about how the Patriots and the Ravens rivalry was. And he was like, I hated when y'all knew I was going to be one-on-one with you. Now, you knew I couldn't guard you.
I love it. I love it.
So, but those are some of the memories like you keep inside. It's like my wife always said, why you don't take pictures of those types of, I'm like, it's not me. I know I did it. I know that me and him had a conversation. I know how we talked, how the conversation, grew from where we were.
Yeah. That's incredible.
That's right. All right, best teammate you ever played with. And if it's more than one, that's okay.
Oh, my God.
I'm sure it'll be immeasurable.
Oh, you're going to get me in trouble because I can't say everyone's name because there is a bunch. I am that guy on the team that had, you call me, I got somebody's number that you need. My phone is full of former teammates.
Yes.
Now, we might not talk every day. We might not talk every month, but I have your number.
That's right.
And if you
And when
need
they
me,
need you, you're there.
Right.
Well, I guarantee if we polled a bunch of people, Kevin Faulk would be their favorite player. They
I have
ever
no
played
doubt.
with.
No
For
doubt.
sure.
Oh man, it's amazing, but I cannot leave out like my Hard Knock brothers because I knew if they found out I never mentioned them. Anthony Skinner,
Oh, yeah.
Kendall Cleveland, Rondell Mealy,
Yes.
Cecil. We got a whole Rudy. We got a whole
Oh,
bunch
yeah,
of
I know.
just
I tell
that
you
crew.
what.
And then like shout out to Coach Haywood. Lost his dad.
Yep. This past week. Sure did.
So
Wow.
I can't forget those guys. And then professionally, it was a whole bunch. But two of my best of friends that came is Randy Moss and Vince Wilfork. Just two guys that if I'm in a need, if I'm in a bind, I know I could call them and just have a good conversation and everything with them. And they settle me down and everything.
Yeah.
So it works hand in hand. But there's a lot more on that list.
Oh,
and
sure.
it's a pattern for me right now because, like I said, I do a lot of speeches. And I keep hearing my dad in my head. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
You got to be rich in people, not rich in money.
That's
And
That's
that's one of the things. So
Oh, I love that phrase. I'm gonna have to copy
I'm
that.
gonna tell you, since my dad passed away, I say things come out of my mouth that never would have come out of my mouth before, and it sounds just like
Mhm.
it. And it's terrifying. I got to tell you, terrifying. But it happens every single day.
for real,
I love
So
trust
I
me.
understand
Trust
that.
me, I know.
Well, thank you so much
Yes.
for everything that you do.
No problem.
On my bucket list is either to sit down and have coffee with you or watch a ball game with you. So that request is coming soon.
Okay, I love coffee now.
Yeah,
Why not do both?
that's
But
right.
they'd have to have an early game for us to have
That's
coffee.
right. That's right. That's exactly right. Well,
Thank you.
Kevin, we love you, and
We
once
do.
a tiger, always a tiger, my
Always a
darling.
tiger. Thank
and,
you.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the future of skincare and plastic surgery at Stevens Plastic Surgery and Skincare Aesthetics. Our newly renovated location combines the latest technology with advanced treatments to deliver results you can see and feel. Stevens is setting a new standard in skincare and plastic surgery, offering personalized care, precision procedures, and a space designed to inspire confidence in every patient. Experience the difference today.
You've been listening to Blitz and Bling, the LSU Sideline Series with Bunnie Cannon and Yael Lofton. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an inside look at LSU football. Share it with your fellow Tiger fans and join us next time for more stories from the heart of Death Valley with loads of sparkle.